Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred on this date in years past, both recognized by other historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the Smart Device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music done by Carrera, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Eosander, and today I'm joined by...
Proto-Blob.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Blob. I'm feeling like a renewed sense of energy, of vigor, like, a huge, overwhelming weight has been relieved from upon my person, Like, as if some great calamity occurred and now I'm no longer, shackled by chains of oppression. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, today is, what is today? Freya's Day, also known as Friday, January 13th, 2023. So anyway, Mr. Blob?
I thought you might want to start us off.
Okay, I will start us off here. Let's see, let me just do that real quick. Alright, we're going to start us off here in the year 532. The Nika Riots. Oh, we're talking about the Nika Riots again. I remember this. They began in Constantinople, a revolt against the Byzantine Emperor Justinian I that left half the city burned and thousands dead. The riots were prompted by the failed execution of chariot racing supporters and only stopped after the Empress Theodora refused to flee, forcing her husband to act decisively. So yeah, I remember this time last year I was doing this show with Sohen. I believe this was the first recorded riots in history. There's something significant about the Nika riots. And we started calling them the Nike riots, stuff like that, so kind of turned into a meme. Anyway, Eastward Ho! 1605, controversial play Eastward Ho! By Ben Jonson, George Chapman, and John Marston. Was performed, landing two of the authors in prison. What the hell happened? Let's see here. Eastward Ho! Why were the authors jailed? They were imprisoned for offending King James I with satirical Scottish references. Really? Huh. So, that's a bit of a sourpuss move right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's as crazy as if someone would ban the Babylon Bee from Twitter.
I know, right? Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Oh my god. Wow. Anyway, then 1610, Galileo Galilei discovered Callisto, the fourth satellite of Jupiter. Huh.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Which also has an own protocol now, which is a very short video game.
Oh, okay.
In 1630, Chinese Emperor Chongzhen orders the arrest of military general Yuan Huanghuan.
Wow.
I probably butchered those names badly.
I wonder why he's doing that. It sounds like another sourpuss move going on right there.
He was the last emperor of the Ming Dynasty in China, and his emperor, whatever you call it, his reign, yes, it was. It had a lot of corruption and rebellions.
Well, there you go. He's probably trying to do a purge, killing his generals. Or at least taking them, putting them into custody or something. Take them out of the play, so to speak. Off the chessboard. I don't know what I'm saying.
Could be. Oh my god. At that time he was not even 19 years old.
Wow. Okay, so obviously he was going power mad. Textbook,
Yeah, he died at the age of 33, by the way.
Wow.
So that didn't work out very well. Anyway, in 1673, Jean Racine's play Mithridate premieres in Paris. Mithridate, probably something like that.
Never heard of it.
Well, he made neoclassical plays, so it's probably one of those. And I think, I have one more. In 1695, Jonathan Swift ordained an Anglican priest in Ireland.
Oh, cool.
The famous author, poet, and satirist.
All right, so he was ordained, or he did the ordaining, like.
I think he was ordained.
Okay, so he became a priest.
Otherwise, it would be really strange to talk about it.
Yeah. Moving on up into 1882, Richard Wagner completed his opera Parsifal. Okay, never heard about that either, but cool.
It's Parsifal. It's
Parsifal.
part of the King Arthur's legend.
Oh, okay. We got another theater premiere here in 1895. Oscar Wilde's play An Ideal Husband premiered at the Haymarket Theatre in London. Ooh, sounds like a chick flick to me. Yo, 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 welcome G to the show. How are you doing today?
Oh, the next one is a really big one.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. 1898, Émile Zola published his open letter J'accuse, accusing the French government of framing Alfred Dreyfus for sabotage. Yes, during the whole Dreyfus affair, and actually this is when I was first, 1 year ago on this date, when I first was informed about the Dreyfus affair. Never covered it before, never knew about it, and then so I just looked up J'accuse, actually, in which I'm going to do that right now, so I'm repeating history, my own history. J'accuse is an open letter that was published on 13th of January 1898 in the newspaper L'Aurore by Émile Zola in response to the Dreyfus affair. So for link to this Wikipedia and the other one that you might have saw involving the Eastward Ho play thing, the links are in the underbar. But anyway, yeah, like I looked into this a little bit, and then yeah, started to learn, throughout this past year about the whole Dreyfus affair, and gonna start learning a little bit more. So awesome.
Yeah.
And
So-
sorry.
Does the G-Man want to take some, or should I continue? Or
Yo, G, you want to take a couple articles?
I just want to check up on all of you.
All right. Well, we are here. So,
right. Then let's continue. In 1904, Bela Bartok's symphonic poem Kosovo premieres by the Budapest Philharmonic Society in Budapest.
all right. Ooh.
Well, it wasn't the Budapest Philharmonic Society in New York, at least. In 1908, Henry Farman becomes the first person to fly an observed circuit of more than 1 kilometer, winning the Grand Prix d'Aviation, so the Grand Prix of Flying.
Wow. So.
No, I left because his name is Farman, and he flew.
I get it. He didn't fly that far, but
No, it's the first of more than 1 kilometer, so it is far. So the name is fitting.
oh yeah, Henry Farman.
Yeah, and at the same date in 1908, the Rhodes Opera House fire in Boyertown, PA, killing 171 people.
Yeah, another theater fire. Those are never good. So, this is why theaters have like so many exits, because everybody always rushes to the main one, and then they jam, literally jam in the door frame, and they can't get out.
Yeah. And by the way, you are allowed to say fire in a crowded theater if there's a fire.
Well, yes. 1911, Gerhard Hauptmann's play Die Ratten. I know I didn't pronounce that right.
Die Ratten.
Thank you. The Rats premiered in Berlin. All right. That sounds like a horrifying play, but... And then 1911 as well, Roald Amundsen anchored at Walvis Bay in southwestern Africa. So I guess he's might be on his way to Antarctica, it sounds like. Because he was Norwegian?
He went there in 1911, I think.
Yeah, he's from Norway, so it sounds like he's, obviously, anchoring, to resupply and stuff like that. So, we got 1923. Sorry?
Wasn't that at the end of the year when he reached the Antarctic? Yeah.
Okay, so it took him a while. Wow.
Oh, so he landed on the South Pole, essentially, but then to the race to the South Pole, like at the very South Pole, the essentially the point that was done 9 years after he landed here. Oh,
Huh.
that's strange.
Well, maybe this was one of his prior expeditions that he didn't fully make it to the South Pole, or he was just exploring the area. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me grab a Wikipedia of this guy. If anybody wants to know the exploits of Roald Amundsen, please refer to the underbar of the description below. So,
Yeah. Also, the 1915 one sounds interesting.
all right. Let's see here. 1915. Which one?
The black one.
1915, Winston Churchill, First Lord of the Admiralty, presented a plan for assault on the Dardanelles. Huh. So is that the same Winston Churchill that I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Wow. So what are they doing in the Well, where is the Dardanelles? It sounds like World War One. Hold on. Let me check
Yes.
this out here. Dardanelles. Was that Gallipoli? Oh God, Gallipoli. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not going to end well. Oh no. Oh no. I know what's coming.
Yes.
Well, now we also know what else is coming. Mr. Blob, it's the beginning of your turn.
Yes, and I just take the next two. In 1917, an ammunition ship explosion at Economia port near Archangel, that probably is Arkhangelsk, in Russia, kills many and injures hundreds.
Dang. Kills many,
And-
injures hundreds. We don't even have a number. Like,
Yeah,
wow.
and at the same day, a train at Cluria station in Romania catches fire and explodes. Between 800 to 1,000 people die, making it the third worst rail accident in history.
Holy shit, bruh. Like,
Yeah.
that's intense, man. That's
Yep.
intense. Wow.
And in 1920, we have big science from the New York Times. Their editorial reports rockets can never fly.
Ha! Yeah. Big science. Big brain. Yeah, well, we were proven wrong by you Germans.
Yeah,
I mean,
but at least nobody will ever be able to leave the atmosphere of the Earth.
well. Speaking of things we want to send into space, never to return again, in 1923, taking advantage of the chaotic condition of Germany, Hitler signed a demonstration of 5,000, or staged a demonstration of 5,000 stormtroopers and denounced the November crime. So,
And as opposed to the movies, those were stormtroopers that actually were able to do damage.
yeah, like, what's really scary is I can see something like this happening, in today's world. Like in the United States, in Canada, in Australia. Like, oh my God. History really does repeat itself, bro. It's frightening. So,
Yeah, I think the 1931 is one that will boil your blood also.
the treaty?
No, 1930.
1930. Ooh. Yeah, that does boil my blood. 1930, Mickey Mouse comic strip first appears. Later to become the icon of the, most evil corporation the planet has ever seen. Or one
But
of
the guy we talked about in the previous thing, just right now in 1923, he got in 1937 some Mickey Mouse movies for Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, no, a lot of people don't realize that Walt Disney and failed artist Funny Mustache Man from Austria were kind of pen pals, Like, not sure if they were friends, but, they sent each other things. They hung out, it's happened. There's pictures. So,
Yeah.
good luck finding them, though. 1939, a Belgian premier signed Burgos Treaty for trade relations with Franco's Spain. So, Belgium is trading with a fascist dictator. Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, now you get to talk about an invention. Ooh,
In 1940, what?
this is a big one.
Yes. In 1942, Henry Ford patents a method of constructing plastic auto bodies,
Yeah.
so car bodies. The carrosserie is the German. I don't know the English one.
Yeah, so essentially, like, no longer like the big old clunky metal Cadillacs and all that stuff. You know, like, yeah, we still had those, like, you know, in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. But by the 80s, things started getting a little bit more bubbly, you know, and then now everything is all like, it all looks the same, you know, like.
Yes.
So, oh, we get to talk about this guy again.
Yeah, but first in 1942, in World War II, the first use of aircraft ejection seat by a German test pilot in a Heinkel HE-280 jet fighter.
Oh, yeah, I remember I saw a video about the history of the ejection seat a while ago, and they talked about this, obviously. I gotta hand it to you Germans, like, you guys are inventors. Like, you know.
By the way, if you want a higher chance to survive the ejection seat, make sure to open the roof first.
Yes, that would drastically help your survivability, percentage. Not
In
something. So yeah.
Yeah. In 1943, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill arrives in Casablanca, French Morocco, for a conference of Allied forces in World War II.
So it sounds like they're getting ready to invade Italy, Sicily.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, actually, hold on a second. When did the Allies invade Sicily? July 9th, 1943. So in several months.
Yeah.
So they're probably still like fighting out in like East Africa, you know, but the Germans were pretty much pushed out by this point. So.
And as we also talked about before on the show, he probably was a bit early for the premiere of the movie Casablanca.
Yes. Yeah. We spoke about him arriving in Casablanca yesterday, didn't we? Or like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 days ago, I don't know.
2 days ago, yeah. So I don't remember yesterday that well. I don't remember many things that well. But like,
in 10 days we will talk about the movie release.
Yeah, we will. My turn, right?
I think so.
Okay, at least I remembered that. 1953, the third NBA All-Star Game, Allen County Coliseum, Fort Wayne, Indiana. West beats East 79-75. That's close. Most valuable player, George Milken, Minneapolis Lakers. The Minneapolis Lakers. Center, I believe that's what C is. So yeah, before they became the LA Lakers, they were Minneapolis because of the lakes. The Lakers. You know, they're lake people. We have no lakes out here in California. Everything's a desert. We do have lakes, but yeah. 1953, Marshal Joseph Tito chosen president of Yugoslavia. Alright, he was also a revolutionary, so maybe this is a good thing.
Well, he was a very controversial figure. Those who are his fans, to speak so, they say he prevented Yugoslavia from falling apart earlier. And of course, those who don't like him point out that he brought communism to Yugoslavia.
Well, you know, communism is not one of the better of the isms, but if it holds things together, you know, it's better than total anarchy. So, I guess, I don't know. Anyway, oh yeah, it's my turn, sorry. 1957, All That Fall, first radio play by Samuel Beckett, aired on BBC Third Program. Alright. All That Fall.
That's a bit late because it's already winter at that time.
Yeah, it is.
Go
ahead.
In 1958, 9,000 scientists of 43 nations petitioned the United Nations for a nuclear test ban.
Good.
You know how well that worked out.
Yeah, it didn't work out, but that just shows me that, nowadays something like this would never work because everybody's scared. Like back then, people still had, some chutzpah. People still had, cojones. Like, 9,000 people of 43 nations, like, collectively, like, hey, no, like, we gotta stop this. Like, man,
Yeah.
like, people need to start doing that again. We need to start taking things back. So,
In 1959, French President Charles de Gaulle grants amnesty to 130 Algerians sentenced to death.
dang. Well,
Yeah.
whatever he did it for a reason. Charles de Gaulle, is the Banff, the goat, like one of the best things to ever happen to France, like he should be canonized, honestly.
Yeah, but the funny thing is Charles de Gaulle was also sentenced to death in 1940, in August 1940. So
Well,
he
what happened?
He knows how it is to have a death sentence on him.
Well, why did he have a death sentence? What did he do?
I don't know. I'll need to look that up.
Why did Charles de Gaulle have a death sentence? That's a weird thing to ask. I didn't. A military court in France subsequently sentenced Charles de Gaulle to death for treason and ordered the confiscation of his property. Undaunted, de Gaulle preserved in a building a free French movement. Huh. Oh, so that's 1940. Like, I guess people were. Germany had France by then, right? 1940. When did Germany invade France? Hold on.
1940 should be in the middle of.
Yeah, May 10th, 1940, and this was in 1940. So this was before Germany invaded France. So
no, it's afterwards.
After
3 months. 3 months later, yeah. Yeah, so that makes sense because then it was the Vichy regime that probably sentenced him to death.
Okay, yeah, that's right. It's June. I wasn't today. My brain wasn't working as usual. All right, so I'll add this into the underbar, the description, because this is I never knew about this. This is crazy. So, all right. Anyway, let's move on up here, though.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. In 1962, Chubby Checker's song "The Twist," credited with starting the twist dance craze, goes to #1 in the charts 2 years after first reaching #1 spot.
And do the twist. Yeah. You can't see me, but from the neck down, I'm doing the twist. And then I'll do the twist here.
Okay, and as a punishment for that, you get 3 spots, things.
Oh, damn. 1962, Philadelphia center Will Chamberlain scored 73 points in Warriors' 135-117 win over Chicago Packers. At the time, the most points scored in NBA regulation game, and remains tied for 3rd highest total. Nice. So the Packers. I thought that they were a football team. Oh no, that's somebody else. Packers. This is Chicago. Okay. 1963, 13th NFL Pro Bowl, LA Memorial Coliseum. Eastern Conference beats Western Conference, 30-20. MVPs Jim Brown of the Cleveland Browns, running back. Eugene Lipscomb of the Pittsburgh Steelers, DT. What is DT?
Double touchdown. I don't know.
What is DT in football?
Defensive
tackle. So yeah, a defensive tackler. Okay. All right. And we got 1964 Australian Championships men's tennis. Roy Emerson retained the title, defeated fellow Australian Fred Stoll 6-3, 6-4, 6-2. Well, look at that. He started at 3, went up 1, and he went down by half. What an absolute nutter. All right, back to you.
And we have a chess player next. It's in 1964, Karol Wojtyla, who later became Pope John Paul II. He becomes Archbishop of Krakow.
You're right, he was a chess player. I remember you talking to me about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
In 1965, the 15th NBA All-Star Game, St. Louis Arena in St. Louis, MO.
Missouri.
East beats West 124-123. So that's very tight.
Yes.
Most valuable player, Jerry Lucas, Cincinnati Royals forward. I guess that means.
Well, it says NBA forward there, so I believe you're right.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. No, I thought the
And
same thing too. I don't know shit from Shinola with sports, so.
In 1966, Robert C. Weaver, the first black person selected for cabinet by United States President Lyndon B. Johnson. Housing and Urban Development, HUD.
Oh, that's cool. Oh.
I don't understand that. So you have one cabinet member from the HUD, or how does that work?
No, he was the first black person selected for a cabinet. So the first black person in U.S. history to have a cabinet seat in, a presidential, cabinet. So if I'm reading that correctly, specifically for the housing and urban development, So.
Yes. Yeah.
I might be wrong. I don't know. I don't know things, that much about politics much either. But that makes sense to me. So.
Yes.
Anyway, in 1968, Johnny Cash performed for inmates at Folsom State Prison in Folsom, California. The show was recorded for live album release, and didn't we talk about something about this not too long ago? Johnny Cash, he inspired some other guy who was in prison, who later became a good singer.
Yes.
Yeah, who am I thinking of?
Oh, if I would remember that.
Oh.
But there was a very famous country singer who also was in prison and inspired by Johnny Cash.
Country singer was in prison when Johnny Cash played. Let's see here. Merle Haggard? Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That time, Haggard was an inmate at San Quentin and saw Johnny Cash perform one of his famous prison concerts. Haggard devotees often point to that as a turning point for the hard-living country music star. Yeah, so anybody who's fans of Merle Haggard, thank Johnny Cash, because he literally, made that. Thank you, Johnny Cash, for going to prisons and singing. It's very dangerous, but they're people too.
Here it is at the 1st of January 1960. Johnny Cash plays first of many free concerts behind bars at San Quentin Prison, California. Merle Haggard among the inmate audience.
Yeah. We're going to move on up to 1971. In a high-profile NHL trade, the Montreal Canadiens obtained future Hockey Hall of Fame left wing Frank Mahovlich from Detroit in exchange for Bill Collins, Guy Charon, and Mickey Redmond. So yeah, it's not just the NBA and NFL and MLB and stuff that trades multiple people for one. NHL, they do it too. Everywhere. So human trafficking.
Oh my God! Look at the one above. The one that you just read.
Oh. Whoops. I'll take this just for a comedic effect here. 1971 as well. Soon closed at Ritz Theater in New York City after 3 performances. Well, that was soon. Not as fast as the other ones. We reported on one that opened and closed on the same night. That's sooner. My God, good eye though, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, should I continue?
Yeah, go ahead. Your turn.
All right. In 1975, Henry Kissinger hints at military action against oil countries in case of, quote, actual strangulation of the industrialized world, end quote, in the wake of oil shock.
Yes, that happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
In 1976, American inventor Ray Kurzweil and the National Federation of the Blind unveiled the Kurzweil reading machine, the first OMNI font optical character recognition system.
We are not affiliated with the OMNI font, but that is a really cool invention. I really wish we invented it.
Yes. That.
But yeah,
anyway.
Yeah, that is really cool though. Go for it.
In 1978, NASA selected its first American women astronauts.
Ooh. Nice. That's really cool. I gotta
Which,
look
of
up
course-
this. Sorry, what?
Of course, it's not important enough to be highlighted. I mean, they just fly to space, no big deal.
Yeah, that's sad. It should be highlighted, but the Kurzweil reading machine converts print to speech and is designed as a reading prosthetic aid for the blind and visually handicapped. The system handles ordinary printed material, books, letters, reports, memorabilia, etc., in most common styles and sizes of type. So it's basically like a non-computer screen form of text to speech, like
Yes.
a machine that reads a book and literally reads it out to you like a human would, like how what I'm saying, like right now, it talks to you, like that is wild. In 1976, wow. I'm sorry, I couldn't get over that, but
Yeah. Also, the first American woman to fly to space obviously was Sally Ride.
all right.
But of course, that's well known.
Well, I see something else here. In 1979, the YMCA filed libel suit against Villa People's YMCA song. Wow.
If you go there, Sally Ride also was mentioned, and We Didn't Start the Fire.
Huh. We got an NHL record here in 1981. Islanders Mike Bossy's 15th career hat trick, 4 goals. Cool. And then we have 1982. Hank Aaron and Frank Robinson were elected into the Hall of Fame. Nice. All right.
So also baseball you should mention probably.
The Baseball Hall of Fame. So, yeah, that is true.
And in 1983, the AMA urges a ban on boxing, citing Muhammad Ali's deteriorating condition.
Ooh. Huh.
Yeah, that was really sad. He had ALS, I think, or something like that.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Or Parkinson's, something like that.
Well, he died of a septic shock caused by a respiratory illness, so that sounds awful.
Yeah, but in 2016. But he had something really bad, I think.
19 in 2016? Wait, what?
Yeah, he died in 2016, but
Yeah.
his condition really got bad in the 80s.
Huh. Let's just check. What disease did Muhammad Ali? Okay.
But
Parkinson.
it was,
Huh.
yeah, it's Parkinson's then.
Parkinson. That's not good either. But wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that what that guy
J.
from Back
Fox.
to the Future has? Like,
Yes, Michael J. Fox.
yeah, that guy.
You know what the J in Michael J. Fox stands for?
I'm worried to ask.
Yes, it stands actually for Andrew, I think.
Jay?
Yes, because there already was a Michael A. Fox, so he wanted to take a different name to not be confused with him.
Oh, okay. You're talking about an actual fact. I thought you were saying a joke. That's interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my first thought was the J stands for jitters, because I'm an awful person. Anyway, 1985, John McEnroe repeated previous year's result with a 7-5, 6-0, 6-4 win over Ivan Lendl to claim back-to-back season-ending ATP Masters Grand Prix tennis titles at Madison Square Garden, New York City. All right, and I think that was my 3. Like, I just kind of got completely lost. So.
All right. Then I'll take the one directly above. In 1985, also an express train derails in Ethiopia, killing at least 428.
That's not good, but that's because they have no regulations. Out in Africa, the other day we were talking about, how they ride trains in India and Pakistan and such. They just literally pile on the train. They do that in Africa too. Like I was literally watching a video last night about the longest train, the thing that transports the coal across the Sahara. People just climb into the coal bins and just endure.
And we also have golf history in 1985, a bit above. The 99-year-old Otto Bucher from Switzerland becomes the oldest man to record a hole-in-one at the Spanish GC La Manga's 130-yard 12th hole.
Whoa! Wow. GC, by the way, is golf club. Golf course. Golf course. Sorry. Spanish golf course La Manga. So, but wow, that's So wait. Whoa. So a 99-year-old. Oh, okay. So he became the oldest man, but still, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
Yes. And also in 1985, playing in his 436th career game, Edmonton center Wayne Gretzky scores his 400th career NHL goal and adds 2 assists in a 5-4 Oilers win over the Sabres in Buffalo.
Yep. Wayne
And
Gretzky.
that's why I love the video game deals.
Yeah.
Because he was the greatest.
Yep. Got some more sports history. In 1988, the LA Dodger and the San Diego Padres, Steve Garvey retires. I guess those were the 2 teams he played for. Hopefully not at the same time. I don't think you can do that. But then 1989, British comedy sketch show series A Bit of Fry and Laurie, starring Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie, debuted on BBC One. All right, I've heard of that. Hugh Laurie, isn't that the guy who plays Dr. House? Yeah, it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
House MD.
Yep. And in 1991, President Mario Soares of Portugal was re-elected. Okay.
All right. In 1991, United Nations Secretary General Javier Pérez de Cuellar meets with Iraqi President Saddam Hussein.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, he wanted tips on how to grow a magnificent beard.
Yeah.
In 1992, American serial killer, oh my god, it's this guy. Jeffrey Dahmer pleads guilty but insane.
Yep. The old insanity plea.
Yeah, and I think he recently did some new documentary about his life.
Yeah, on Netflix, right? Like, and then, like, didn't it have, like, a certain tag that got a certain community into a certain angry mindset? That was comical. But I want to make a comment on your comment about Saddam Hussein's beard. It may be a glorious beard, but Worminator has the best beard of them all, hands down.
Yes.
Other than Chuck Norris, of course, but I mean, yeah.
Also, Jeffrey Dahmer only did one of his 16 terms of life imprisonment.
Yeah, didn't he get killed in prison?
Yes.
Yeah, but a lot of people think there's a whole conspiracy behind it, that they intentionally put him, like, in the same cell or in proximity of a guy who was known in the entire prison to want to kill him, you know?
Yeah, so 15 more life sentences to go.
Yeah.
And in 1993, the STS-54, also known as Endeavour, launches into orbit.
Ah, Space Shuttle Endeavour, nice.
Yes.
Now the Challenger exploded, and I know another one died as well. Was it the Endeavour or what?
No, I think in 8060 Columbia, was it?
Oh yeah, the Columbia and Challenger. So actually, what space shuttles blew up? There's a Columbia. 2 space shuttles. Yeah, there's a Columbia and then the Challenger. So, okay.
And those 2 accidents, by the way, make space shuttles, no joke, the most dangerous transportation method.
Now wait a minute. Wasn't there one recently? Or am I having a massive brain fart? Like, I could swear that there was another one. How many shuttles were lost? Okay, 2 were lost in mission accidents. Okay, well then I guess I don't know. I just remember, maybe I'm just misremembering something, because I remember one launch, like, you know, in the past, like, 20 some odd years, like something was like they saw something, like, coming off of, like, the shuttle or something, but I think it made it back.
Wasn't that Apollo 13?
Well, it happened in, no, Apollo 13, it was an internal thing. They stirred the tanks while they were out in space, and some kind of defect happened, and it caused everything. but it wasn't something that occurred on launch with Apollo 13, at least, I think.
Also, yeah, and recently we had a SpaceX rocket exploding in 2021.
Yeah. Well, that was bound to happen. Like,
or 2020, I don't know. And
anyway.
also that Virgin rocket that recently didn't make it far.
Huh. Anyway, let's move on up here. You got one more in 1994.
Okay, in 1994, Tonya Harding's bodyguard, Sean Eric Eckert, and Derek Bryan Smith arrested and charged with conspiracy in attack of figure skater Nancy Kerrigan. What the?
Yeah, no, this has happened a couple of times. Attacks on the ice. We had looked into this like 1 year ago, and from what I can recollect, actually, let me look this up. Like, straight up, just let's see.
She was Olympic bronze medal winner and silver also in the World Championship. Who got attacked? Yeah, I remember reading about that long ago, and then.
It says here on January 6th of 1994, Nancy Kerrigan, a U.S. figure skater, was struck on the lower right thigh with a telescopic baton by assailant Shane Stantz as she walked down the corridor in Cobo Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Kerrigan had been practicing skating on an ice rink in the area shortly beforehand. So I believe we reported on that on the 6th, which was 7 days ago, or we did speak about that. So this is when they were finally arrested and charged. So
yeah, and as a result of that attack, Tonya Harding was banned for life by the United States Figure Skating Association after she was sentenced for the attack.
Good. So actually, I'm gonna post this wiki in the underbar as well here. So let's see here. There we go. All right, let's move on up here. 1999, basketball superstar Michael Jordan announced his second retirement just prior to start of lockout-shortened 1998-99 NBA season. Returned in 2001 with Washington. All right.
Also known as Air.
Yes, Air Jordan, because he gets more air than a motorcycle rally. I tell you what. The year 2000, Microsoft chairman Bill Gates stepped aside as chief executive and promoted company president Steve Ballmer to the position. Yeah, that doesn't mean he's not still pulling the strings behind closed doors. You know, he still has his foot, in that door, as much as he ever did. So.
Yes.
Yep. And let's go to you, Mr. Blob.
All right, in 2002 we have the 28 People's Choice Awards. Tom Hanks and Julia Roberts win for Dramatic Motion Picture, and Kelsey Grammer, Ray Romano, and Jennifer Aniston win for the TV.
All right.
In 2002, also in a controversial move, Marty Schottenheimer is fired as head coach of the Washington Redskins after just one season in the NFL.
Wow. Okay, they got rid of him in a hurry.
And in 2003, the 30th American Music Awards, Sheryl Crow and E.D. Slim, It's a Name win.
What did you just say, Issa Neenan?
No, It's a Name.
It's a Neenan. Yeah, damn right he won.
Yeah, that's if you play one of the songs backwards, then you hear that.
Okay. 2003, rock musician Pete Townshend of The Who was arrested in London on suspicion of possessing indecent images of children. He was later cleared. Woof. Rough. Yeah. So, 2008, 65th Golden Globes was announced. Atonement, Daniel Day-Lewis and Julie Christie won. So they announced that they won. So. And we also have another Golden Globes in 2013, the 70th Golden Globes. Argo, Daniel Day-Lewis, and Jessica Chastain won. Okay. All right.
And in 2014, we have the FIFA Ballon d'Or. Real Madrid and Portugal forward Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi's domination of award. FFC Frankfurt goalkeeper Nadine Angerer takes women's award.
You know, it is starting to bother me that they just have that as a footnote, because they have like all of this for that guy. You know, like I don't know. Yeah, like
they could have put a photo of Nadine Angerer there.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, at least, you know, do something. Like, I don't know whether it's a good or bad idea to give her, you know, her own article, because now you're splitting things. But, you know, maybe it's more of a good thing. I don't know. Like, anyway, let's move on up.
In 2015 TV comedy, I hope it's pronounced Skits Creek.
Nope.
Oh my god, no.
It's Schitt's Creek, dude.
Yeah, that was created by and starring Eugene Levy and Dan Levy and premiered on CBC in Canada.
Yep, no, I heard about, because they're going off of the, you know, the idiom, you know, looks like you're up Schitt's Creek without a paddle, you know, so Schitt's Creek, yeah.
In 2018, actor Mark Wahlberg donates his $1.5 million reshoot fee for the film All the Money in the World to Time's Up movement after the revelation that co-star Michelle Williams was only paid $1,000. What?
Wow, bro, like, Jesus. Wow, that's ridiculous. Only paid $1,000, really? Why did she even accept that, dude? That's not cool. Anyway, we got some more sports history. Lionel Messi again scored for FC Barcelona in 3-0 win over Eibar, his 400th goal in La Liga. And became the first player to reach mark in just one of Europe's top 5 leagues. Cristiano Ronaldo had 409 in Spain, England, and Italy. Got some film and TV history here. In 2020, Queen Elizabeth II issued a statement saying she reluctantly supported Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle's wish to live a more independent life. So yeah, that's when they Prince Harry renounces.
So that's film and TV history because Meghan Markle is a former actress.
Oh yeah, that's the one we were talking about, right? Like a while ago. Because isn't there a movie about that?
This is
Or am I
completely.
thinking about something else?
I don't know.
Like, remember the actress who like went and married into British royalty? Is this the one we were talking? We were talking about something like this a while ago. I think on the Jabberwocky, actually. Like, not Jabberwocky, the Cake Peanut last Sunday. So I don't know.
All right.
Anyway, then let's see here. I'll take the last two if that's cool. 2021, President Donald Trump was impeached by the U.S. House of Representatives, voting 232 to 197 for, quote, incitement of insurrection, end quotes. First time in history a U.S. president is impeached twice. Yeah, and it never worked because he didn't do that crap.
But maybe you can take the next entry after that also. Not the highlighted one, but the next in 2021.
Yeah, I see that. 2021, the world's oldest known cave painting of an animal, a pig of 45,000 years old, discovered in Liang Tedongni Cave, island of Sulawesi, Indonesia. Wow. 45,000-year-old cave painting. We have been around for a while. Like,
yeah.
But it just really makes me think, though, like, you know, because I am a supporter of the theory that there were past civilizations, be them human, lizard people, aliens, another species, another, I don't know, I don't care. I believe that there was something beforehand, and, you know, where we're heading now, like, you know, because all it takes is...
I'm pretty sure the painter doesn't get any royalties today anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on up here. 2022, just last year, California Governor Gavin Newsom blocked Robert F. Kennedy's assassin Chiron's release on parole after 53 years in jail. So that's good. I never thought I'd be saying something like that about Gavin Newsom, but good job. You know, that person should be put to death, but yeah, because it's costing taxpayer money. But certainly that person should not be released back into society.
Essentially, he was sentenced to death by old age.
Yes. So
that's even worse than...
Yep. Anyway, I think we're going to call it here. I'm not sure if we have enough time to go through bursts, and I don't want to just cut off some things. So I strongly suggest go to the underbar of the description, go to onthisday.com, check out the bursts, check out the deaths, check out the main articles too. There's a lot of stuff that we just do not have the time to go over. Lots of things happen every single day in history. Believe me, there's been every single day we miss so much. It really breaks my heart as a historian, but there's only so much I can give. So, anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. For your dose of Past Events Daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific Time, 11 Mountain, 12 Central, 1 Eastern,
7 p.m. German time.
Yep. For all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
I'm Protoblob.
Yep, and you are you. And until you catch us tomorrow, or if you're interested in some notable events, weather, and sports, a news show, we have that coming up at 2 p.m. Pacific Time, so keep your eyes peeled. That sounds gross. Anyway, until whenever, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe.